Barcelona City FM 107.3. You're tuned in to the sound of Barcelona. I've got DJ Ronan De Costa here. DJ, welcome to the show, my man.
Thank you, Billy.
We're going to have a little fun today, and we're going to play some of your beats in the background, but you strike me as an interesting character, so I want to talk to you as well, and we'll chat a little bit, and then we'll turn down the volume, and we'll listen to your music. We'll go back and forth. How does that sound?
That's right. That sounds really great to me.
Now, do you have any nerves? You said earlier that this is one of your first media appearances on camera, on the radio. Do you get nervous when you're performing on stage?
No, not at all. Like, I'm not even nervous right now. I'm just really glad and happy to see all this setup in front of me.
Really?
My first experience in a radio in a radio show.
You say you're like really glad and happy. You just seem so calm. You're a very calm guy. Do you have like some Zen thing going on?
I didn't understand that.
Like, is there some like meditation practice?
No, I don't do that.
None of that.
No yoga, no meditation.
No, gym?
No gym, not at all.
What do you do? Do you walk? Do
yes,
you eat? What do you do? What do you do for fun? What do you do to relax? Excuse me.
To relax, I listen to some retro Indian music. Some classical Indian music.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I come from that background when I started my music career. And when I was like very, very small, like in my school days, I started learning Indian classical music from my teachers. And teachers in India, we call it guru.
Guru?
Yeah, guru.
Cool.
Yeah, so I started learning tabla just for a couple of months. And then after that, I had to move in a different city, and then I started with a different level of my music in my school days. And I started participating in the Western culture, like alternative rock, garage rock and all. And I started learning guitar that time, and I still remember that I was running short of money, and I started doing part-time job during my school days to buy a new guitar.
A new guitar. So
Yeah.
you're actually a trained musician as well. You play guitar,
Yes.
and you sing. And you started out, you mentioned Indian classical music called Guru, yeah?
No. That's the teacher we call guru.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me, that's the teacher.
The instrument that I was learning was a tabla.
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 What exactly is that?
It's a short size drum. It's always in parallel ways. One has the bass sound and one has the mid and the high end sound. So it's everything on the beats, and we play it with these 4 fingers.
And what does it sound like?
It sounds
I mean, you
like
can't really reproduce that in here, can you?
No. I cannot. It's been a long time. I'm not even in a practice now.
Let me guess. I bet you it doesn't sound like this. How do you make the transition from Indian classical music, bongo music and all that to crazy, awesome beats, good mixes, dance party, hip-hop, techno, all that mixed together, just fist pumping in the air? Where does that transition come?
That transition has come from my mentor, where I have learned DJing in the year of 2005, when I was in my first year of my graduation of my college. And I was first into rock music, and I participated with a lot of Indian music channels like Channel V, MTV Music, and I had like worked with several other bands.
MTV Music in
Yes,
India?
yes.
They have an MTV Music of India. And
Not anymore now, but earlier, yes.
I don't do they even have MTV Music still in general? Yeah. What do they, I mean, does MTV still play music?
No, they don't. I don't think
They
so.
just play like, I'm dating myself. I remember Road Rules, Real World, and then it was Jersey Shore. Was that MTV? So what do they? So anyway, sorry, I get very ADD. I get sidetracked. So Indian music, MTV Music. You had some big time collaborations over there in New Delhi, right?
Yes,
Are we in New
yes,
Delhi? Yes.
yes.
That's the capital.
Yes.
That's a crazy huge city.
Yes.
Are people interested in this kind of music there? Like, I can just picture people in the streets of India just partying. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, India is not anymore. Like people still say it's the country of snakes and charmers, but it's not anymore now.
What is it the country of now?
It's one of the biggest and the best place for the electronic music. Like we have so many events like Sunburn.
Yeah.
Now we have Ultra Music Festival in Bangalore. Huge.
You know, I don't know if you know of a DJ named Steve Hay. Steve Hay, he's in Barcelona, but he's Italian from Milan. and he had some huge shows in India, and that was one of his favorite countries ever to perform in.
Yeah.
Why has kind of the DJ movement gravitated towards your home country?
Well, say India has always been a versatile country in terms of music. We have our own home music, which is called Bollywood, Indian music, which is the film industry in Mumbai, and our own classical music in India. And now a lot of people, like young people, they are learning music, they are moving into the electronic music, and it has become very trendy and versatile. And India is such a big country and with so much diversity and so many cultures. If you go to South, it's full of electronic, techno, tech house music. Where I come from, the north part of India, which is New Delhi, and that capital city has so much thing with the music. Like in one corner of the street, you can hear to like techno, tech house. The other corner of the street, you can hear to like hip hop, R&B, Bollywood music. It's just a small Miami in India.
I think people, small Miami, it's so funny. I think people from the West have this stereotype, this image of India of being super traditional, very maybe you want to say religious, all of this kind of traditions.
Yes.
Yeah? You just smell the curries on the street, and the people in the traditional garb and dress, and kind of that we see in our movies. But the truth is, Bollywood is huge.
It's very huge. Yes.
The music scene is exploding.
Yes.
Correct me when I'm wrong. The culture has also gone through a change of,
Yes.
of I don't know, more acceptance and openness to different types of art, music, different types of experiences.
That's true.
Even maybe a bit of a sexual revolution.
That's true.
Are drugs legal over there?
No.
How do let's be honest, I'm not saying you, but in these kind of EDM dance music world, these huge festivals, there are drugs going on, psychedelics and all that kind of thing. Do the authorities kind of look the other way when you're bringing in these huge festivals, or is it very strict even now in India with the drugs?
It's very strict, especially with the narcotics, the narco and the ATS agencies. When, for example, like if I want to host any kind of festival over there in India, so I need to pass some certain criteria and conditions from the government.
Is that right? What kind of conditions?
Like you need to pass the event has to be drug free, and there is like you need to have a sufficient amount of money to organize security system, and the security system cannot go private. Everything is government.
The events, these big festivals, it's not like Burning Man in the States. These events in India are drug free.
Yes, they are drug free.
Explain to me this: how can you have a drug free event with music jamming like this?
Podcast.
I feel like I'm on drugs just listening to that.
Well, I really don't know about that.
Alcohol free as well?
No, you can serve alcohol.
You can.
You can serve cigarettes.
Serve cigarettes.
Yes, you can serve that. India is one of the biggest country in producing tobaccos in the world, and one of the raw tobaccos and wonderful quality tobaccos in the world.
Really?
After Morocco.
Oh.
Yeah, and
I'd like to give it a try sometime. I'm not even a smoker, but I might try some Indian tobacco.
Well, I'm not a smoker, but I do drink very rare occasionally.
Occasionally.
Yeah, but what I have understood in the music, as being a DJ and being professional for like almost 15 years now, that music itself is a drug. You don't need any.
That's what I was waiting for you to say.
You don't need any alternative to be in the music.
That's what I was looking for. See, we're on a good vibe right now.
Yeah.
Very good. So it just seems like a lot of great things happening in India, especially in your field of EDM dance. By the way, I want to make sure I'm classifying you correctly. Are you into trap? Are you into techno? Are you into hip hop? How do you classify yourself?
I am a professional, what I call myself as an electronic music producer and a DJ. But
Okay.
I am specialized in techno and tech house.
Okay, techno, tech house.
Yes.
So a lot of that is popping. It seems like, I've never been to New Delhi, but it seems like, man, if you're into this house stuff, you can really promote yourself and make a name for yourself over there. There's so many millions and billions of people. Why make the move to Spain if you got this great scene going on in your home country? Why come here?
Well, that's a very nice question, and I would really love to answer that. I was never ever a techno or a tech house DJ when I started my DJing career in the year of 2005. I actually have started with house music and hip hop and Bollywood music. When I have to specialize, when I was taking a special training under my mentor, his name is Arjun Wagle, and he's one of the best DJs in India. He's been awarded like #1 DJ in all over Asia for the last 5 years consecutively. And he's been associated with Odd Records, with Adam Bay and Christian Smith in Spain. So I took an advantage of my mother, who has been living in Spain for the last 18 years now.
Has she?
Yes. And well, I'm born and raised in India, in an Anglo-Indian family, and I was raised by my grandparents. And I was there all my life. And my mother was living here just for the upbringing of my education and my family. And then I heard about my mother, that she's in Spain, and I started researching about Spain and the electronic music festival, how is it happening over there. And I was like very excited to join my mother over here. So this was actually, I was blessed by God that I had an advantage that my mother is already in Spain, and I can look forward to make my career in Spain.
Is it more fun doing what you do? Is it different, the atmosphere different, performing in Barcelona versus New Delhi?
It's actually
you just had a gig, what, last weekend, right? At the Hilton? Last night.
Last night I was playing in Capital.
Okay. So a vibe like that,
yeah.
Is it much different than in India as far as...
It's very different.
Well, how so?
Very different.
The dancing, the people, what's different?
It's like if you move in a club in anywhere in north part of India, so you will meet a lot of people with different age, with different music sense. So eventually they will come to your console and they will start demanding. And that is a time when you will get pissed off.
They'll start demanding?
Yeah.
Demanding songs?
Demanding songs.
Well, you're not like a wedding DJ. I mean, this is your music. You're produced. Let's give it a second. Listen.
That's what you're coming for.
In other words, this is your music. I mean, you're in the mix. You're a producer. So when people come up to your booth, come to the stage, and they want to make a request, that's not what you do.
Yeah, that's what not I do. But I hold a very long residency in a lot of clubs in India, because in India DJing has a totally different concept. It's how do I say? It's a living. You know, you have to earn every day for your living. You don't have any other professional job to do with that.
Really?
Yeah. So I was taking as a professional career and a professional job, like 7 days in a week and all 30 days in a month, and I used to get paid for that. So whatever your clients demand, you have to pay. You have to play.
What kind of money can you make in India being a DJ?
It's quite less if you compare.
Is it?
Yeah. If you compare than anywhere in Europe.
Now I got this thing with DJs, and we've had DJs in here before. We've had some world-class DJs in here before. Obviously, Barcelona City FM also has a house night. We rent a club out, Garage 442 on Diagonal, every month. DJ Caddy is actually after my show. We bounced over to DJ Caddy in London. So I just have one kind of uncertainty or pet peeve about DJs. When I go to a club and I see these DJs and they're like this. They're all over the place. They're turning knobs, they're pressing buttons, they got the fist pump, they're doing all this stuff. What percentage of that is just a show, and what percentage of that is actually you're affecting the music? Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
You see that? Okay, watch, listen. We're in the mix right now. Let's pretend. Stay with me. Listen, we're playing. We're going, okay? And then there's a DJ on stage performing live, and he is touching buttons, touching levels, you know, sort of acting like he's doing so much.
Yeah.
But I'm always wondering if it's kind of a secretly, he's just playing a track. He just wants it to look like this grand performance and all these lights and knobs and all this stuff, but he's really just playing a track. Are there some people that do that and it's more of a show for the movement rather than affecting the music?
Yeah, I understood your question, and this is what I am also like really disappointed with, like the new generation of the DJs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn kids out there on YouTube. They're not even doing anything.
Yeah, so if you compare a DJ who holds almost more than 10 years of experience, so you can understand from where he has come from, his basics, his learning skills, his knowledge and everything. Now these days, companies like Tractor, Serato...
They're a sponsor.
I'm sorry?
I'm joking. Keep going.
So they have made technology so much in advance, right? So you can have a DJ in every home now.
Yeah. The software, if you're here, you can't see it, the audience, but I got an iPad here. I have DJ. It's actually called DJ. It's an application on my iPad here, and we use this on the radio to blend music. Essentially, I can be in the mix, quote unquote, here, and I can blend music. It syncs it up for me, and I can basically produce my own set right here.
Yeah,
but guess what? I have no technical skills. I'm not a producer. I'm not a DJ.
I know. I would like to say in one single line is like, it's a very much different between a manual car and an automatic car. You know?
Yeah,
So,
very different.
Very different. So I don't know how to drive a car. I think you know how to drive a car.
I do.
You know, and you know the basics of driving a manual car.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
So when you're operating a DJ console, which is a CD player or a vinyl player,
Right.
so you know how to play.
Right.
You know all the basics. But now I also use Tractor, but I have come all the way to all my experience and I have learned my basics. I know my basics. How does that operate? That software
You've
works.
put in the work. You've put in the hours of work, and you have the expertise.
Yes.
Yeah. I could imagine, and I don't want to speak for all DJs or speak for you, of course, but I can imagine it can be, in a way, a little bit frustrating because there's people that are producing really good music, but they don't have the kind of background that you have. They're driving the manual car,
Yeah.
or they're driving the automatic car, and you're driving the stick shift.
Yeah.
And it's two different worlds out there.
I
You know, totally different. So you've been here 9 months in Barcelona, separate from your gigs and your music, and that's all fun, and I'm sure it's easy to meet people and stuff. How are you liking Barcelona?
It's a very wonderful city.
Yeah, what is it missing? What is it lacking? You're a traveled man.
Yeah. I would like to say that what is it missing?
I can name like 27 things. You haven't been here long enough.
I don't think so. It's like missing anything over here.
Nothing? Customer service, for one.
Yes, in English, especially in
Oh,
English.
that's customer service in any language would be good. We're here with DJ Ronan DaCosta. Check this out. We're here jamming out with DJ Ronan DaCosta. That's a cool name, by the way. Is that your real name?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, that's my first name. I have a middle name as well.
Okay.
That's Ronan William DaCosta. That's my full name.
Damn it, that's the third William. The third William that's been here today. The other guy was Guillermo, which is William. I'm a William. You got a William. I got a real problem. You know what my problem is? The other night I was watching I don't know, something on Netflix. I don't know what I was watching. Yeah, Netflix. I was watching Netflix, a documentary about Gloria Allred. She's an attorney. Anyways, long story short, she represented a lot of the women versus Bill Cosby. She's still representing women. You're familiar with this Bill Cosby story,
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
And my middle name is Henry. So my name is William Henry, my real name. And freaking Bill Cosby's name is William Henry. I just can't win. You know? The most famous guy in the world with my name is a rapist. It's terrible.
Well, Ronan is my house name, and my official name in all the documents is William DaCosta.
Well, that's better than William Henry DaCosta. At least you wouldn't be a rapist. It's terrible.
Are you
I heard
looking
that.
for any trophy?
No, it's terrible. I just, I despise Bill Cosby now, and I never really liked Bill Cosby, to be honest. He creeped me out in the beginning. And when I heard that, it was very late at night watching Netflix. I was like, damn, man, really sucks. But anyways, that's why I go by Billy. You got some gigs coming up here in Barcelona. You obviously, this goes without saying, your tunes are really good. You know what you're doing. Your steps, levels above of what we've heard in a while. You got great music, but we want to see the live sets. Where can we see you perform?
You can see me every Friday and Saturday in Caparel, in Rambla Raval, Barcelona.
In Raval, Caparel.
Gaya Escudero.
Okay, do you know the number?
That's 262, I believe.
262, something like that?
I'm not sure about, but if you just write Caparel.
And you have like a residency there. You're there every weekend.
Yeah, last night I went for a gig and also a trial, and they finalized me among all the other DJs, and they really liked my set.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I just played only like 4 to 5 tracks.
Yeah.
Not even 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And they did final with me, and they wanted me to play every Friday and Saturday for them.
Every Friday. What time do you get home at night?
3, 4.
Yeah, but you're not you don't drink really, do you?
No.
That's good.
No.
Yeah, because really, because when you're in that lifestyle, if you're also drinking every Friday and Saturday night, 3, 4, 5 a.m., then the next day is ruined, and it's a big cycle. And you got a good head on your shoulders.
This is what I really follow, some strict principles in my life.
That's smart.
Because I've also been a mentor, and I have like a lot of students in India that have taught them, and this is the first lesson when I teach them about music is don't go to any kind of stuff, alternative drugs.
No.
It can be not even alcohol. So in India, we believe a lot of things that we use regarding our work. It's it's a respect. So when you play, the DJ console has to be respected. Should not be spilled with any alcohol or cigarette ashes, nothing like that.
Nothing.
So this is what I follow.
And you also need. I mean, you're doing a lot. I imagine you need a clear head when you're performing like a normal musician.
Yes. You need to be in your conscious level because you are mixing live.
Yeah.
And you cannot try to make any mistake because you're not a beginner.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're not a beginner.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I don't drink during my show either.
Appreciate it. Very nice. I really like that.
It's just water.
Energy drink.
No, actually,
that's the biggest energy drink.
Smell this. Tell me what,
H2O.
Smell this. Tell me what you think it is. What do you think it is?
I don't know. Seriously, I don't know.
You think it's alcohol, don't you?
No, it doesn't smell like an alcohol.
It's not. It is water mixed with a little bit of apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
You know why? It just keeps me fresh.
All right.
It's good stuff. I really like it. I like you too, man. DJ Ronan DaCosta. We will see you. Also, shout out your podcast. What's your podcast?
I'm sorry.
Your podcast?
Yeah.
You do have a podcast, yes? Okay,
yes.
good.
Revolution podcast.
Revolution podcast. Ronan DaCosta on SoundCloud.
Yes.
And Instagram?
I have an Instagram account, but all my music you can hear in SoundCloud and Mixcloud. And this is my first episode, the first series episode of podcast in Barcelona. And I'm also coming with my second episode of Revolution Podcast very soon, end of this month.
Beautiful. Find him on the interwebs, Ronan DaCosta, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Instagram, Facebook, the whole thing. We'll link everything on the Going Deep Facebook page. Thank you for doing this. Good tunes, my friend. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Revolution Podcast.
Big shout out to Heather Kipping, my mother, listening in Phoenix, Arizona. She broke her arm and her ankle, and she fell the other day, so she is already recovering. Mom, thank you so much for listening.